Hey everyone, it's me, Jimmy Conrad, your favorite MLS player of all time. And now that I've stopped kicking the ball around with other grown men in small shorts, someone had the good idea of giving me the platform to interview important people in the game. And next up is former player, enforcer, and fan favorite in New York, who has now become the very well-dressed head coach of the Red Bulls, Mike Petke, on the show my friends like to call MLS Insider. So Mike, do you ever stop and think, maybe you're in the grocery store looking at all the cereals, or maybe you're here in your lovely home and go, I can't believe I am the head coach of the New York Red Bulls?
First of all, I never go to the grocery store, Jimmy. I stopped that years and years
Once you became
ago.
coach, you didn't have to do that anymore.
I had a fight with the checkout lady once, and I'm not allowed to go there anymore. Absolutely. It's my hometown club that drafted me. Family and friends are in the area, and it's the club that I have my loyalty to. To be the head coach of them is unbelievable. So yes, I ask myself all the time, am I really the coach of the Red Bulls?
Okay, so when it became official, were you like, hey, I can't do the bleach blonde hair anymore. I can't do the breathe right strips over the nose. I can't have the goatee. I can't make revenge t-shirts about Mamadou Diallo. Those days are over.
No.
Necessarily. Not necessarily? Okay, yeah. I like that. But now you're in charge, right? You have a minivan probably. You're a dad. And you wanted to bring sweater vests back to the sideline. Talk to me through that process.
I'll have to give your agent a call, actually, because I believe that this is trademarked. To be honest, especially in the
I actually wore this outfit in honor of you.
I know you, obviously.
I read some article in Esquire, and this is the way it's got to go.
Listen, I'm a sweater vest guy. When I go back to watching rap videos I used to love, and seeing Mace, Puffy, Biggie, all these guys rocking the sweater vest in the early to mid '90s, saying I'm gonna pull that off one day. Well, this is the day.
Nice. It's you've come a long way since your playing days. Now you got to tell me if I'm hot and cold with this. One, Thierry Henry was probably a big advocate for you to get the job. Then he probably got a little frustrated with how things were going. Maybe he didn't have your back like he once did, which then led to a power struggle, which then led to a confrontation on the field, which then led to you two having a talk and saying that there can only be one person in charge, and that one person has to be you, which then led to you not starting him, which then led to you earning respect from the locker room, which then led to you guys going on this unstoppable run. Am I hot or cold? Hot or cold?
I could tell you this before I say it's hot or cold. You should write that down, print it up, send it to Hollywood. That's a movie right there. That's perfect.
That's a good movie.
Listen, I said it all, it's something that has been beat to death over the last month.
Why I tried to put a different spin on it.
You're more cold than hot. Thierry is somebody who people see on the field getting frustrated, and they make assumptions. And they couldn't be farther from the truth with their assumptions. He is somebody who's so dedicated to this team, to this league, who wants to win. What transpired was something that happens all over the world in every sport. It was two big personalities colliding after a couple of losses. At the end of the day, we're all on the same page, and that actually was necessary from my standpoint, from Thierry's standpoint, from the team's standpoint.
So you're saying I'm lukewarm?
I'm saying that
I'll take the lukewarm.
I'm saying I'm closing the file on this. That's what I'm saying.
Fair enough. Now, what would Mike Petke, the coach, think of Mike Petke, the player?
Oh, God. He'd probably be traded, honestly, the first couple of weeks, because two strong personalities like that, a little psychotic in there, they couldn't coexist.
Do you remember, as a player, when a coach was yelling on the sideline and he was doing this and that and saying, hey, you got to do this and you got to do that, and you'd be in the middle of the field going, well, hey, we can't hear you, so whatever you're saying has no impact whatsoever.
Yeah.
But now you're on the other side of things. So when you're on the sideline doing all that kind of stuff, do you know the players are just kind of like, yeah, whatever, Mike, we got it?
That's one thing I do. I know I have to bottle and get under control. But it's my first year. I can't just turn things off. That's who I am. I wasn't named the head coach of the Red Bulls, and I changed, and I became this cliched, veteran coach overnight. No, not at all. This is who I am. There are obviously some things I have to, change. And
more like rein in, I think.
I'm working. Rein in. That's a good point. I'm working on that on a daily basis. But they know I'm passionate. They know my personality, the players, so that I know they don't take offense to it, and they don't read into it too much.
So if the Red Bulls don't win a championship, do you view your time as coach as a failure?
I view success in many different ways, and I'm sure it's different than a lot of people. If I could change this club in any way possible in the positive, from putting an identity to this club, to getting, identifying a character for this club. A character that backs to the wall is going to do everything they can to work, which you've seen in many games this year. And to me, which of all things, to be honest with you, being part of the club for so long, we've never had. And I'm always encouraging my players to come on, get a little physical. I'm not saying be dirty, but, let them know. Almost the last thing I say before every game is don't make this easy on the team. Let them know from the first whistle who's in control. And that's the type of team I like, type of player I like.
Well, Mike, you're a big influence as a player, and now you have even bigger influence as a coach, and I wish you the best of luck.
I appreciate it, Jimmy. I love the sweater, buddy.
Thanks, buddy. You too. Looks nice.